My dear friends, I am Dr. Omkar Prasad Vaidya. Today I will be discussing about dilated cardiomyopathy and what are the signs, symptoms and complications of dilated cardiomyopathy. Now, dilated cardiomyopathy is a type of cardiomyopathy. And what is cardiomyopathy? From the term cardiomyopathy, cardio means heart and myopathy means myo means muscle and pathy means pathology. So cardiomyopathy means is a pathology of the heart muscle. So many risk factors or causes can affect the heart muscle and damage to the heart muscle directly, indirectly, even genetics also. So those causes may be toxic overdose, various drugs, cancer chemotherapy, alcoholism, heavy metal poisoning like cobalt, lead, mercury, previous myocardial infarction, pregnancy related changes and various factors may affect the heart muscle and makes it weaker and it leads to cardiomyopathy. But what is dilated cardiomyopathy? In dilated cardiomyopathy is a type of cardiomyopathy where the heart muscle is dilated, weak and enlarged, and it leads to decrease in the pumping quality of heart and leading to decreased cardiac output, and it may leads to heart failure. So what is dilated cardiomyopathy? Dilated cardiomyopathy means inability of the heart muscle to pump the blood as the heart gradually becomes weaker, dilated and enlarged, and there is a dilatation of the chamber of the heart, mostly left ventricle. So there is a left ventricular chamber dilatation, the muscle become thin, enlarged and very weak. So that is the dilated cardiomyopathy. There are various causes of dilated cardiomyopathy that we will discuss, among them alcoholism, previous myocardial infarction, coronary heart disease, genetics, then toxic effect of various drugs, anti-cancer chemotherapy, then alcohol, peripartum cardiomyopathy, ischemic cardiomyopathy. All those things are the various risk factors that may cause dilated cardiomyopathy, which is a type of cardiac muscle pathology. Now, out of 2500 patients, one is affected. Means the number of patients affected is, or ratio of how it is affected is 1 is to 2500, or out among 2500 subjects one patient is affected, and it mostly affects in middle age, 20 to 60 years of age. And another important factor is that the 5-year survival rate is only 50%, and it is also affect the children, and it may be one of the important cardiomyopathy that can be found in children. Now let's discuss what are the sign symptoms of dilated cardiomyopathy. The sign symptoms of dilated cardiomyopathy in initial stage may be very less or no sign symptoms. The patient may be asymptomatic at initial or very early stage, but gradually as the disease progresses, the sign symptoms may appear. And most of the cases, the sign symptoms may be the sign symptoms of heart failure, because dilated cardiomyopathy, as the time progresses, there is a gradual weakening of the heart muscle, and blood cannot be pumped out by the weak heart, because of gradual dilatation of its chamber, and muscle become thin and elongated or dilated, and because of that blood cannot come out, and gradually there is risk of increasing heart failure. And most of the sign symptoms of the dilated cardiomyopathy may be symptoms of heart failure. It may be shortness of breath, then syncope, then leg swelling or swelling of various parts of the dependent parts of the body, then angina. It may be some chest pain may be there, then fainting attacks may be there, then weight gain may be there, fatigue, shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing, then sometime dizziness, even syncope may be there. Even this dilated cardiomyopathy may leads to arrhythmia, and then it becomes palpitations, then palpitation may be there. So these are the various sign symptoms of dilated cardiomyopathy. In initial stage dilated cardiomyopathy, there is no sign symptoms, but as the disease progresses, gradual there is appearance of various sign symptoms like shortness of breath, then palpitation, fatigue, weight gain, syncope, dizziness, then arrhythmia, then swelling of limbs, swelling of legs, or various dependent parts of the body, and even pedal edema can be seen. So these are the various sign symptoms of dilated cardiomyopathy. Beside, there may be increase in the risk of various blood clots also. Okay, that we will discuss in complications. Now, what are the various complications of dilated cardiomyopathy? Now, dilated cardiomyopathy may leads to various type of complications. Number one is that it may leads to heart failure if it is not prevented, or if it is not treated medically or via therapeutical management. It may leads to heart failure. So as the disease progresses, the sign symptoms of heart failure will increase, and finally the heart may go into a stage of failure, and there may be various sign symptoms of heart failure. So one of the important complication of dilated cardiomyopathy is heart failure. The next important clinical complication of dilated cardiomyopathy is valvular heart disease or heart valve disease. Now, what is heart valve disease? Now, as the chamber of the left ventricle undergoes dilatation, or right ventricle undergo dilatation, the valves gradually mismatch, and they fail to overlap, or proper closure of the valves are affected, and that's why it leads to mitral regurgitation. When it affects the mitral valve, and it may leads to tricuspid regurgitation in case of tricuspid valves. So because of gradually increase in the size of the or dilatation of the chambers, the valves also become far apart, and gradually there is a problem in proper closure, and that's why it leads to regurgitation of the various valves of the heart. In case of mitral valve, it leads to mitral regurgitation, and in case of tricuspid valve, it leads to tricuspid regurgitation. So these are the various complications of the dilated cardiomyopathy, and these are called valvular heart disease or heart valve disorders or heart valve disease. Next one is irregular heartbeat. Now, dilated cardiomyopathy, if it is not managed, may leads to arrhythmia also. How? Now, as I already discussed, that dilated cardiomyopathy may leads to various valvular disease or heart valve disease. So there is chance of mitral regurgitation or tricuspid regurgitation, and this regurgitation may ultimately cause left atrial or a right atrial chamber dilatation, and ultimately leads to fibrillation of the left atrium or right atrium, and because of that the heart may go into a stage of arrhythmia. So when atrial arrhythmia or ventricular arrhythmia may start, atrial fibrillation may also start, and these increase the risk of stroke as well as pulmonary embolism. It increases the risk of pulmonary embolism, formation of blood clots in various parts of arteries or various vascular parts, and ultimately it leads to stroke, pulmonary embolism, then peripheral claudication or clot formation in the peripheral arteries. So these are the various complications, and more. Then again I am telling, dilated cardiomyopathy may leads to arrhythmic changes like irregular heartbeat, and even it may leads to atrial fibrillation. Another important complication of dilated cardiomyopathy is that dilated cardiomyopathy, as the disease progresses, it leads to a sign symptoms of heart failure. So the left ventricle cannot eject the blood in proper amount. So gradually the blood flow in the peripheral limbs or peripheral circulation or systemic circulation is very sluggish, and that's why it increases the risk of blood clot formation. In case of lung, it leads to pulmonary edema and pulmonary embolism or pulmonary thrombosis. In case of systemic circulation or brain circulation or cerebrovascular circulation, it leads to stroke, ischemic stroke or hemorrhagic stroke. It may leads. Beside, in peripheral arteries, it leads to clot formation and leads to peripheral arterial disease. So these are the various complications of dilated cardiomyopathy. Most important complication is that it may leads to heart failure. Second important complication may be that it leads to valvular heart disease. Third important complication is that it may leads to irregular heart rate or arrhythmias, ventricular arrhythmia, then atrial fibrillation, etc. It may finally it may leads to blood clot formation because of atrial fibrillation, and because of sluggish blood flow through various circulation. It leads to increased blood clot formation or thrombosis in various circulation. In lung it may leads to pulmonary embolism. In brain it may leads to ischemic stroke, or in case of peripheral artery it may leads to peripheral arterial disease or peripheral vascular disease. So these are the various complications of dilated cardiomyopathy. So what is dilated cardiomyopathy? Dilated cardiomyopathy is the inability of the heart muscle to pump out the blood because of various risk factors and effects. The heart muscle undergoes enlargement, weakening and dilated. So dilated cardiomyopathy is a type of cardiomyopathy which affects mostly age group of 20 to 60 years. Besides, children may be affected, and the affected population is in the ratio 1:2500, or out of 2500 individual, one person is affected by dilated cardiomyopathy. There are lots of risk factors of dilated cardiomyopathy, and these risk factors may affect on the heart for long time and may leads to various complications like heart failure, valvular heart disease. It may leads to arrhythmia, life-threatening atrial fibrillation, or it may leads to various clot disorder or thrombotic disorders. So this is all about dilated cardiomyopathy. Genetics also plays the important role. Various gene defect like laminin gene defect, titin gene defect, myosin heavy chain gene defect, cardiac troponin gene defect, and all these are the various gene defect which may also leads to dilated cardiomyopathy. Thank you very much.